We have today launched our Residential Development Index, which is a great piece of research that we've done with the team at Ernst & Young and their property research professionals, and really goes to identifying the activity of our residential development market. We identified a gap both in the understanding of the property professionals that we work with in our membership base, and also policymakers and financiers and other people important to the health and the activity of our industry in just what's going on. So we did some research and we've built a model. We've called it the Residential Development Index, and we're really excited to be able to be here talking to you about it today. So with the intention of updating the RDI every 6 months and establishing a really solid set of trend data, here are some of the things that we have picked up in the first iteration of the index. Firstly, population growth is no surprise. We know that it is at the highest levels that have been for a long time or forever. And we know that we're outstripping forecasts, and any forecasts that come out of government and even the industry are being outdone by the population growth that we're actually realising on the ground. From a consumer insights perspective, the RDI tells us that townhouses in Melbourne's outer and middle suburbs are becoming increasingly popular. Smaller apartment projects in Melbourne's inner region are also performing very well in terms of sales. The demand for this form of housing is becoming stronger by the month. The interesting thing about the RDI that it picks up with respect to this form of housing as opposed to standalone houses is that in the next few years it actually anticipates that commencement of smaller apartment projects and townhouses will actually outstrip the commencement of full standalone houses. And this form of dwelling really is becoming preferred as people look for location, amenity and access to services. So here at Urban IQ, you've heard us talk a lot about design, policy and regulation changes and how they impact housing affordability. We've seen height controls in Melbourne Central City come online, better apartment design guidelines, changes to the regulations around financing development projects and also the financing of foreign investor purchases, stamp duty changes, all of those kinds of things. These are the policy settings that we look really closely at in the research and try and understand how long it'll actually take for these changes to impact the market. The RDI picks up and suggests that these changes are actually, the impact of these changes are only actually now being felt, and that it'll take another 2 to 3 years for them to really wash through. So by establishing a solid base of trend data over a period of time, which is what we intend to do with the RDI here at UDIA, and bringing it to you through interesting means like Urban IQ, we're working with not only the industry but also policymakers on these big issues to actually demonstrate to them that you might make a change back in 2015, but the way the market reacts and responds isn't going to actually be felt until, say, 2017, 2018. And what does that mean for home buyers? What does that mean for the cost of the product that actually hits the market and goes to servicing a need that we know is very real in Melbourne through population growth and other factors, which is the need for more housing here to meet that demand. So with the RDI, with our conversations with government and with the UDIA's broader conversations with its membership and the community, we hope that we can really bring some facts and some evidence-based research into the conversation that we're having about housing affordability, and make sure that housing and livability and the future of Melbourne as a great global city is at the forefront of what we're focused on. So thank you for being with me. I encourage you greatly to read the report, read any coverage that we might see about the report, and make sure that if you have any questions that you touch base with our great advocacy team here at UDIA Victoria, because you'll be seeing a lot more of this kind of work come out of our team. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm Danny Addison, Chief Executive here at UDIA Victoria, and I'll see you on next time at Urban IQ. Thanks.